Now, the first results have been announced from Nigeria's tightest election since the end of military rule in 1999. The governing party candidate, Bola Tinubu, has won in one of the country's, or the party's rather, strongholds in Ekiti state in the southwest of the country. More results are ever not expected until later today, and also it's going to take some time before we actually know who the successor will be to President Muhammadu Buhari. And from where we are right now, we are trying to get news for you. And joining us from Abuja in Nigeria is Lenny Taabu from the Electoral Institute of Sustainable Democracy in Africa, EISA. Lenny, thank you so much for speaking to us and welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Let's just start with your views on how the election has been conducted in the areas that you have visited in Nigeria.
The election on Saturday, the 25th, actually we can say were generally peaceful, generally calm, other than isolated incidents of ballot snatching, the snatching of BVA machines. But the most bizarre incident that we witnessed is a governor excavating roads that led to his area of deployment. And this led to INEC not being able to deliver voting materials. But otherwise, the Nigerians came out enthusiastically, they voted, counting proceeded, and now we are at the collation process of the election process.
That sounds like something out of some fictional tale or a movie. You say the governor actually decided to excavate the road so as to prevent the ballot papers from reaching their destination. And what was done about that? Have there been any charges or anything laid, Lenny?
So as of yesterday, INEC had sent officials, but we've not had anything coming out of that officially from INEC. We are waiting to see what will happen, actually, even election-wise on that region, because remember the elections that happened on Saturday, they are not only senatorial, but also presidential. So the results from this area are actually crucial for the presidential election results. So we are waiting to see, hopefully this morning, a communication from INEC to let us know way forward on this region and what action will be taken on this particular governor.
Is that sort of thing uncommon, or, you know, do we see this sort of shenanigans every now and again?
In previous elections, the shenanigans were even worse than this. But over time, with the evolving democracy and this particular election, with the introduction of electronics in the voting process, the use of BVA machines in accrediting of voters has greatly reduced the incidence of ballot stuffing and overvoting, so to speak. And now with the introduction of electronic collation as well, we are likely to see a decreased incidence of very bizarre incidences that used to happen in previous elections. So in as much as they are still happening, people are still trying to use the older tactics. We have seen an evolution into better electoral practices, if we can say so.
As far as you've been able to glean, Lenny, are there any concerns that have been expressly raised by candidates or electoral officials or observers at this stage?
As expected in any electoral process, candidates have already started crying foul, if you can use that word. Yesterday, we saw the Labour Party come out and say they will not accept results because the results that are trickling in, the ones that they've seen, they suggest that these results have been manipulated. Remember, the results as of now are only coming from the polling station and yet to be announced by the chairman of INEC here in Abuja. So we actually don't understand the basis of their complaints, but we'll see today when more results trickle in. In Ekiti, the ruling party has already taken headway, if we can say so, but we have seen the opposition, Tinubu's party, have called on the President Muhammadu Buhari to restrain his political party people from announcing that they have won in Ekiti, which is very key and crucial to this election. So such kind of complaints have already started emerging, even though we've not even counted or announced over half of the votes that were cast.
So just finally, Lenny, when can we expect the final result, and obviously also the mood in the country? What is that like today?
We are seeing increased and rising tensions, especially from the youth. Because remember the entrance of Peter Obi, he resonated a lot with the youth. They came out to cast the vote for him. So they are actually not expecting this election to go any other way but their way. So we are already seeing a little bit of rising temperatures from that particular sector and from other places like Kano. Kano is very key for these elections because it has over 5 million voters, and whoever wins Kano is almost 80% on their way to be declared a winner. So we are seeing rising tensions in particular areas, but we expect a generally calm environment going into the counting and finally announcing of results. The law provides for 72 hours at the closing of the polls, but with the introduction of the electronic collation system, INEC indicated that these results may be announced a little bit earlier. So we expect probably by tomorrow, by close of day tomorrow or on Tuesday, we expect to know who has won this election. We don't expect to have a runoff, so we wait and see how this goes.
Well, for right now, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Lenny Taabu from the Electoral Institute of Sustainable Democracy in Africa, EISA, the latest there from Abuja on the Nigerian elections currently underway.